Ain't nothing to it. Boss. Ain't nothing to it. Nothing to it. Real one. Ain't nothing to it. Nothing. Boss.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video. I'm out of breath already. But today I'm gonna be talking about how I found out I was pregnant at 19. Cause yeah, that's all I'm saying. So let's get into this video. I got my fruits on deck, my water on deck. I just need that extra boost because I'm tired and out of breath. And I haven't been on here in a while. So it was in the beginning of July. I was doing YouTube videos and I didn't know. But it was in the beginning of July. I don't know the exact dates, but the first week of July, I knew I was feeling different. I was feeling weird. I just thought I was getting sick. And I usually get sick a lot. My immune system is very low. So when someone is sick around me, and I think somebody was, I think it was my child's father, little sister. I think she was sick at the time. Someone was sick, and I caught on to it. I thought I caught on to it. So that first week, I was sick. I was just feeling sick, feeling different. My body was, feeling different. I didn't know what was wrong with me. So all like the little symptoms I was having, I was looking it up. It was like saying pregnancy. I knew that's what it could have been. But my period was coming on July 7th. The 7th of every month my period comes on, and okay, let me talk. Okay, I'm out of breath. Okay, July 7th came and I was still feeling bad. I had like bad cramps. I was catching bad headaches before that. So I'm like, okay, my period about to come on. That's why I'm feeling bad. So my period, July 7th, it didn't come on. So the next 2 days, it didn't come on. And my period lasted like 3 to 4 days. So like the 4th day, it still wasn't on. So the weekend, I was like, telling my friends. I was telling my friends, telling everybody, telling my boyfriend. I was just telling everybody like my period never came on. I had my little sister there and my boyfriend, his sister. I had them two with me all the time, so they knew what the hell was going on with me all the time. So I was like, I ain't have my period yet. So I'm thinking like, oh dumb, I'm pregnant. But then I go to take a pregnancy test. We go to the store and I went go get a test, and I took the test and it said negative. So the next week, I still was feeling bad, and I'm like, there's no way I'm not pregnant. Like, I'm having all these symptoms that I'm Googling. I'm feeling sick. Like, I have bad headaches. I'm cramping still. No period. I'm just feeling like, all the symptoms that I was Googling, I was feeling. And my boyfriend kept on telling me, he was like, stop Googling stuff. He was like, that's not true. Like, you don't even know, like, what's going on. Like, he was like, I Google everything. So he was just telling me, like, stop Googling stuff. But, me, I didn't listen. So I didn't stop. So that second week in July was maybe around, like, the 14th. It was my friend's birthday. And right before my friend's birthday, I was talking to both of my best friends. And we was on three-way FaceTime. And I was telling them I'm about to take a test and this and that. Took the test. It was negative. So I was like, okay, y'all, I'm not pregnant. Boom. So it was relieved. Like, it was my friend's birthday, the 14th. My best friend's birthday, the 14th. And we was going to party. So I went out there for the weekend. And I was partying, I was drinking, I was, you know, but we went to, me and my best friend and her sister, the day they had got me, the next day we had went to the mall, and like we was just walking and I just stumbled like out of nowhere. Like that was the second time that happened to me. I almost fell out, like I was dizzy and the ground had unleveled whenever I was looking at the ground, so that's what made me stumble, because I'm thinking I'm not stepping on the ground or something. So that happened and we was laughing, but because we didn't know what the hell was going on. We thought it was just me just, you know, tripping. We didn't know what was going on, so we let that go. We brushed that off. Like it was just like laughs afterwards. We brushed that off. My friend party, we went to El Cido's and we like Zydeco, so I think it was Chris Ottoman. It was somebody, but we was there. We was having fun. We was partying, and I was drinking. I had a big daiquiri, and my friend had a party before we went to El Cido's. She had a party to her house, and I was drinking there and I was partying, but I was always like the bloaty kind. So everybody was like, "You're pregnant?" I'm like, "No, I'm just fat." And I was like, I wouldn't be drinking if I was pregnant. And like, I mean, that's what we all just thought, you know. So I was steady drinking, I was steady partying. I left, went back to Baton Rouge. The third week, I still was feeling bad. And like that week, my boyfriend, I think he had left to go somewhere. And I came to my mom's house in Abbeville. And I went to my mom, and she was like asking me if my period was coming on, and my period came on, this and that, da, da, da. I was like, no, I think it's just changing. I just thought my period was changing. Because you know how sometimes your period changes, like every few months it changes to a different date. So that's what I thought. But then I was telling, me and him was talking, because we knew, like, we thought that I was really pregnant. So we was texting y'all, like, and he was like, man, he was like, are you pregnant? And I was like, no. He was like, man, I swear to God, I was about to start drinking. Like, I have the messages that he said that, y'all, I will post that on here. Like, it was too hilarious. He said I was about to drink before I had to become a man, not knowing he still would have to become a man. So we brushed that off. We laughed because we just thought I wasn't pregnant, and I was still drinking. So the last time I really was drinking and stuff, I think was like the end of July. I went to, okay, that when I was in Abbeville to my mom, I was telling her I was feeling bad still and my period never came. I went to a OBGYN that my mom go to out there. So she did like a pap smear and she checked me and pee and everything. My video had stopped, but I'm back. Okay, so yeah, it was that third week and I had went to the Abbeville OBGYN, and I went, and like I said, she did a pap smear and all that, and y'all, pee, all that. She did STD, all that stuff, because you know they have to do that, and they did all that. None of that came back positive. Everything was negative. Like, of course I don't have a disease. I know the fuck I don't have no disease. I'm thinking I'm pregnant, but they telling me I'm not. So I'm thinking, okay, they the doctors, they know. So as soon as they tell me I'm not, you know, cool. But the test came back negative with them also. It was like that was the third or fourth time I got a negative test that whole month. And then I just still wasn't feeling good. Like, I just knew I wasn't feeling good the whole July, y'all. Like, the whole July I just wasn't feeling good. And I'm going blank. So yes, after I did all that, okay, I just said that's whenever I told my boyfriend, and I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. And he was like, he don't have to become a man. And the OBGYN, she just told me, just drink a lot of water, you know, just to make sure, you know, anything isn't wrong with you. And, you know, she was just telling me, drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, don't do all that alcohol and stuff. Which she didn't know if I was doing alcohol or not. I think I did tell her. I just think I didn't tell her. Well, I wasn't smoking anymore. I've been stopped smoking. So it was like July 30th. was my other best friend's birthday. The two that I'm always on FaceTime with, their birthdays around the same time. It's July 30th. And we went to the hookah lounge. And I didn't drink. Well, I drank a little bit, but I was like, I didn't want to drink because I didn't want to chance it because I still felt like I was pregnant. Like, but I was doing the hookah and all that, but I was like, I didn't want to chance it. So I wasn't really doing anything. And us three, we knew why. Like, we was just steady, like, you know, we knew why. So I think it was right before July ended. It was my cousin, it was my cousin graduation dinner. I don't remember what day that was, but I knew by then I was pregnant because that last week of July, I think her stuff was close like way before July ended. We went to the hookah way before July ended, and then I went to my cousin dinner that Sunday, something like that, y'all. I think, okay, yeah, it's something like that. The dates is all mixed up, but I had went to his stuff and I had already knew. But right before then, like, let's go back to when I was back in Baton Rouge. Before I went to his stuff, I was back in Baton Rouge, and we was delivering my orders from my shop, like from my store. Was delivering orders because like I just started falling off with everything. And me, my little sister, and Jerry's little sister, the ones I was always with, that we had went, you know, shipped the little orders or whatever off. And then that night I was sleeping with my boyfriend. We was laying down and I felt this stabbing pain in my stomach. And I jumped up on my sleep and it hurt, and I was like, Jaren, I'm hurting, this and that. I was telling him like I'm hurting. So he was like, he just lay down. So I was scared. I didn't want to go back to sleep, but I ended up going back to sleep. So that morning when I woke up, like I was just, you know, feeling bad. Like something was wrong with me. I just didn't know what it was, and I was constantly getting scared because I couldn't find out what it was. So I was after we shipped that, went go get that order out or whatever, me and my sister and my sister-in-law, we was all together, and I was like, y'all, I really don't feel good. Like my stomach had this constant pain at the bottom of my stomach, and I was like, y'all, I really don't feel good. Like I got to go to the hospital. I was like, we're not gonna tell my boyfriend. We wasn't gonna tell him until, you know, like to see if I'm pregnant or not. Like, and I was like, if I was not pregnant, I'm not gonna tell him we went to the hospital. Cause he's a producer, so he was like doing his music stuff. He was busy doing that, and he wasn't much worried about us. He was just glad we was out the way, cause it was buku boys there, and it was just us three girls. So he was okay with that. So he didn't know we went to the hospital. So we went to the hospital right by their house called Women's Hospital. I love the hell out of the hospital. But excuse me, we went to that hospital or whatever, and when we get there, the first thing the doctors asked me if I'm pregnant. I said I don't know, that's why I'm here. So we took a pee test and all that. As soon as I got there, they made me go back out in the lobby, then they made me come back in, and the nurse came inside the room after all of that, and she was like, well, you had a positive faint line on your test, so congratulations, you are pregnant, da da da. And I'm like, you serious? All this I've been going through this month, you serious? Y'all now telling me, somebody finally telling me that I am? Like, I was just so mad at the other doctor that she did me a pap smear. Could have hurt my freaking child, and I didn't even know I was pregnant. Like, I was just mad. Like, but I was excited. Like, she was like, okay, we're gonna take you some blood to see if we can see how far you are and everything. I was too early, so they couldn't really like show me nothing, do anything. I had to wait I found out exactly in the beginning, so I was literally on it. Like, as soon as I got pregnant, I knew I was pregnant because my body started being acting different. Until the actual 1 month mark, I knew. So after that, she took blood. She was like, so are you gonna call the baby's father or whatever? I was like, he don't know I came to the doctor, but I think I'm gonna tell him when I get home. But y'all, was so anxious. Like, soon as that lady walked out the room, y'all, I called him as fast as, like, I don't know, I just called him and I told him, and I'm like, I'm to the hospital, don't get mad, but I am pregnant, da 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 da. And he was like, for real? And like, he was just shocked. And then when we got back, they was just looking at me. Whenever we walked in, they was just looking at me. I went straight in the room, and he came in there, my sister and them, they all came in there. He was shocked. Like, his face, he was just looking at me like, you really pregnant? Like, he was really shocked. I didn't tell my mama. My mama was excited. My mama was understandable. She felt like that was something I did and I had to deal with. So she didn't feel like she had to argue with me, because I knew what would have happened, because me and him, don't use protection. Obviously, we was together for a year. So it was like, what's the point? Like, and I was off of birth control. So that was just like, it was gonna happen anyways. So yeah, my daddy, when I told my daddy, he was disappointed. My daddy was really disappointed because he felt like I could have waited, because I have a lot going for me. I have a really big future ahead of me. But I felt like whatever happens, it's God's plan. My child's father felt like that. He never once, made me feel like, he wouldn't be there. And I mean, I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm anxious. I've been anxious since day one. Like, I'm so ready for her to come. It's a girl. I'm 17 weeks, which is 4 months. And y'all, I feel like the first trimester was really hard. Like, I don't know. I just feel like pregnancy isn't easy, y'all. It's not easy at all. Like, it's really hard. Everybody was excited when I told them. Everybody was excited. Everybody was just like automatically knew it would have happened. My two best friends, we all knew. We was excited. I was just really anxious, nervous, scared, happy, all of that together. And I just, that was that. I mean, it was nothing else I could have really said. So yeah, it's not easy. It's hard. I don't think nobody would say it's easy becoming a mom. I go through a lot with this pain, because my body is real sensitive. So pain is sensitive, and pregnancy is real sensitive to your body. So it's like, it hurts bad, like terribly bad, like. But I love, hey, it's my sister. I love that I'm, growing up a human being in my stomach, and she's mine. It's mine. I'm growing it from me, from my insides. Like, she's growing from me. She's me. And that's what makes me happy. That's what keeps me going. What keeps me, and really going to the doctor every other week keeps me going. Seeing her on the ultrasound, hearing her heartbeat, it keeps me going. I want to cry, but I'm not gonna cry. But that keeps me going. I get emotional a lot because my video has stopped, but I just want her here. I just want her healthy. I'm happy. Like, I'm just ready to nurture on my baby. But I'm gonna stop this video before this video stops. I don't know why this keep doing this. I don't know. But thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll be back with another video. I can do anything, yeah, hell no.